SubBlitz is a new game for the ZX Spectrum. I say it's new, it came out about 2 months ago, but it's new in the eyes of me, you and Sir Clive Sinclair, so I'll consider this as new as can be. The game was developed by Jim Blimey, star of the game Magenta Jim, and was conceptualized by evil genius Daft Blake, who for some reason wanted to make me exceptionally frustrated for 30 minutes or so. Ultimately, the concept is a simple one and works perfectly as a 5-minute tea break game that accidentally slips into a much longer playtime because you'll be shouting at yourself for not being able to hit a barn door with a nuclear vessel. Only to flip that metaphor around, it's not barn doors you're shooting, it's icicles. I'll talk about the control because it doesn't even require the plural. You press spacebar to question your own ability to do anything. That's all spacebar does. It's this button that, when pressed, immediately makes you regret everything you've done up to this point in life as you watch your missile go sailing through a gap. You'll do this all the time, of course, because humans are programmed to be unnaturally terrible at everything they do, but it's in this consistent frustration that you start to feel some semblance of elation by the time you do actually manage to hit the big dangly snow dongs. Now, presumably the submarine, the one that's consistently working its way from right to left before teleporting one space up and all the way back to the right again, presumably that submarine is not being manned by you. It's being manned by some other moron who can't just chill out and stop for a while. Your movement is a ticking time bomb that moves ever closer to your demise, and also throws some interesting mechanics into the mix by being so doggedly bent on climbing to the top of the sea. When you're at the very bottom of the screen, your missiles take a bloody age to get from the bottom all the way to the top, and because you're a very polite missile commander, you can only fire one missile at a time. They have to wait their turn, basically. This means that when you're at the bottom of the screen, you better make damn well sure you don't cock things up, because otherwise you're going to be waiting a good old while before you can take another shot. This leads you to wait a little, maybe aim for some of the longer icicles, which you're obviously going to end up hitting first as you climb higher and higher. But if you do wait, don't wait too long, because in order to complete the game, you have to get rid of literally everything. It's a strange mission for a submarine, granted, but it'll do. The higher you climb, the closer you get to those longer icicles, and you do, thankfully, have a few lives to see you fend off a couple of hits. However, hitting an icicle doesn't remove it, so if you do bump into an icicle, you better make damn sure you hit it right back, otherwise you're in for another bumped submarine fender when you roll back round again. As you climb up the screen, however, the distance that your missiles have to travel is shortened, and the speed at which you can fire increases. This leads to a game that starts relatively slow and methodical, and very quickly builds to an absolute panic fest. I honestly wish I'd been recording my reactions when playing, because when this happened... I almost walked out of the house so I didn't have to look at the game again. But I didn't. I immediately restarted. It's a great, simple game that has a concept anyone can wrap their head around, and it's so quick, so easy to get into. It consistently feels doable, but it's annoyingly difficult to actually be able to do it. So, of course, each time you die, you immediately restart, because that's what you do in SubBlitz. You never give up, you never surrender, and when you finally make it all the way through, destroying every last snowflake on planet Earth, you reach the top, your little man pops out, you punch the air, and then you say, enough is enough, and you switch it off. And then you write a review about it, and while you're sat here writing the review, you think to yourself, I might just have one more game though. Maybe I can do it without losing any lives this time. Or maybe I can win more than once in a row. Maybe. Bollocks.
Next time, Gadget. I promise I'll get you next time.